Hello and welcome to another special Teacher's Corner. This will be the playthrough of the next episode in the Agents of Yesterday arc. So it will be in the Shadow of Cestus. Alright, before I begin, I want to give a special shout out to a viewer, Nature Guy, who first gave me the idea for doing a guide of starting a tune from the beginning and going through and doing all the playthrough and recommendations and things like that. So thank you, Nature Guy. Yes, I'm following through on your idea. Alright, so we finished the tutorial in the last episode, and now we have a new ship. I got the Constitution class light cruiser from the pack, from the Agents of Yesterday pack that I purchased. If you remember, I talked about the gear. I crafted this gear from one of my other tunes. If you don't have that capability, either get a friend who can craft for you. These are very cheap to make, so it won't cost your friend much. Or if you can join a fleet, take some things from the fleet bank. Or other than that, go for drops that are given to you throughout the missions and upgrade as you go. Alright, so I crafted these because that's the most efficient way. So now I have, as you can see, I have one bridge officer and I have not equipped her yet. I have room for 3, but I only have one officer that I can equip at the moment. So, alright, I'm going to go because I have beams and my officer only has a torpedo skill. I'm going to go to bridge officer training and I'm going to go to the store. I want a skill. I want the beam fire at will 1 because I want to upgrade my beam attacks, and I want to do area of effect because area of effect is king. So, because my officer is a 23rd century officer, I'm going to go ahead and buy Beam Fire Will 1, 23rd century. Okay, so I'm going to purchase this, and there we go. Now I have that manual, as you can see, in my inventory. So now I'm going to open up my status window. I'm going to click on my bridge officer that I want to teach it to, and then I'm going to click on skills. I only have an ensign skill available here. So, and you see beam array fire at will 1, 23rd century, and I have the option to learn. I want to learn this, and I want this to be my default skill for this officer, so I'm putting it here. This officer is still an ensign, so she only has the ensign ability available to her. That is why I'm putting a fire at will 1 here, because I want it to be available. So now I'm going to click on stations. I'm going to assign her to a station, and you'll see the beam fire at will 1 comes up. Since I have no other officers available, these are currently null and void. I don't need them. Okay, so now I am going to change this later as this officer levels up and I'm able to use more abilities, but for now that fire at will is pretty important. You'll also notice I have the ability to purchase some skills in the skill tree. Okay, I have 1 space point. The most important thing right now as I'm leveling up, I want to be able to hit the hardest. So I'm going to purchase energy weapon training. Okay, those will be the first 3 skills that I purchase. And because I want to be able to increase my critical chance as much as possible, I want to be able to do most DPS, etc. I'm actually going to go for a Psi Ultimate build with this character. So I want to have a lot of versatility so I can do multiple ships and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Psi Ultimate build. So Once I finish off my tactical, we'll go through as we get points to spend. And I have one ground point. So ground, best thing to do is the top left tree and the bottom right. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my 1 point in weapon proficiency. And I'll fill that out as I get more points. And that gives me an option. I'll do photon grenade because I don't like smoke grenade. Okay. There we go. And now we have spent all of our points available to us. And we are ready to begin the next episode, which is In the Shadow of Cestus. So I'm going to hail.
Ever hear of Edron 4? Jim Kirk got into a tussle with a gorn there and barely lived to tell the tale. Both the gorn and the Federation have teams there now. I'd like you to back our people up in case the gorn decide to engage in a little cowboy diplomacy.
So we head to Edron 4 and assist the researcher.
Stay safe out there.
Of course. Alright. And I'm going to beam up to my ship. I love the communicator in the old zone. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so so this is the dock procedures. Now before I do anything else, I want to make sure I have my keybind set up already. It carried over when I put in my HUD. So I'm going to go ahead and put my fire at will on my tray 10 because I know that's going to automatically fire when I start my keybind. Alright, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to make sure because this is a new ship, all my weapons are on auto fire. And I'm going to verify now that my controls have the correct, yes, toggle non-combat cancels. That is the auto attack that I want for space. So I click OK. And there we go. So now, in the Shadow of Cestus Beginnings, go to Sector Space. So this is still technically the tutorial. So there's going to be a few tedious things that it has us do. Alright, and we can now transwarp. I do have the energy credits, so I'm going to go ahead and transwarp right there. Save us a little bit of time. Love the animations. Nice.
Ensign Hunter, welcome aboard. I'm Security Chief Tarsi. Settling in okay?
It's going to take a little getting used to.
I can imagine. You'll be working with me in security, so if you need anything, just ask.
Thanks, Chief. I appreciate it.
Hey, don't mention it. Us red shirts stick together, right?
Right. You can count on me, Chief.
I love that little conversation, and you'll notice who Ensign Hunter is. Those of you that watched Enterprise will recognize him. That is awesome. Love the little conversation there. And especially us red shirts gotta stick together. That is, yes. That is totally awesome. Alright. And here we go. In the Shadow of Cestus. Lieutenant, we're reading several Gorn ships on our sensors, as well as the USS Zhenghe. And it's hailing us.
Welcome to Edron 4. I'm Bridget McKinnon, CO of the USS Zhenghe. Glad you could join us. My science teams are on site and conducting initial surveys. Apparently, this place is quite the geological marvel. We're not the only ones present, though. Our friends from the Gorn hegemony aren't terribly chatty, but so far they're keeping the peace.
can we help, Captain?
Well, I'm sure my people wouldn't mind an extra hand down there on the geological marvel. Feel free to join the party.
I'll send a team out to the surface then. Teacher's Corner out. Oh no, the gorn are scanning us! They might not be talkative, but they are curious about our order. Alright, so I'm supposed to go forward. We'll take her in a little slow so that our power levels stay up.
Transporter room to bridge. The geological team, supplies, and gear are ready to beam down to Edrin 4.
Very good. Stand by for transport. Alright, so we're beaming down our engineering. Alright, so now we come into sensor range. Go ahead and speed up a bit. Performing the orbital scan. Oh, something strange. Thought they picked up an impulse drive. Science and engineering teams indicate they have made it to the surface and made contact with the science team from the Zhangha. The rest of the landing party is standing by in transporter room 1. They're ready to beam down when you are. And we're going to energize. We're taking Tarsi with us. This is not too concerned about her skills because I'm going to end up changing her out later anyway, as when I get new bridge officer.
Ah, there you are. Better late than never, huh? Ensign Skavron, Starfleet Corps of Engineers. Lovely planet we've got here. Charming, even, if you're fond of heat and rocks. Still, it's not a complete wash. To say this place is mineral-rich would be an understatement.
Scan mineral samples marked by waypoints on your map. Okay. So we're saying, sounds exciting and... Alright. So we're going to scan these waypoints marked on the map.
My tricorder's showing some interesting mineral formations beyond this ridge.
Let's run to it. Here we go.
Looks like a good place to start our scans.
And Hunter says it's a good place to start.
Nice to see a report was spot on for once. The mineral deposits here are remarkably pure.
Let's scan another one.
This carbon deposit is unusually pure. Apparently the Metrons don't prepare half-rate planets.
Wrong way. Follow the waypoints, folks. That'll help lead you to where you gotta go. There we go. And scan again.
Whoever gets the mineral rights to this planet will be pleased. Very pleased indeed. My readings indicate there might be dilithium on this planet. I'll need to take more scans to be sure.
And here we go.
The variety of minerals in the topsoil alone is astounding.
Alrighty.
Either my tricorder's broken, or the soil here has an amazingly high concentration of sulfur.
Ugh, my nose told me that long before your tricorder, Ensign. Whew! Yep, and there's the salt.
What the? Mortar fire? We'd better head back to... Whoa! The mortars have closed off the pass. We can't reach the camp. Who would do this?
Look! Over there!
It's the gorn!
Classic gorn! I love it. Okay. Aiming and crouching. Let's get those gorn. Remembering my target optics so that I can. One of the gorn ships just exploded. They're blaming us and attacking our forces on the surface and in orbit. Captain McKinnon tried to explain, but they aren't responding to any hails. We're defending ourselves and the teacher's corner shields are up, which means we can't beam you back to the ship. Afraid you're on your own for now. Understood. We'll find a way back.
Over there! There might be a way out of this infernal canyon further down the valley.
Alright, so we follow the waypoint. Shooting gorn as we go. Say hello to my little friend. As you can see, this is why I love this gun. It is not the best for what's for on the ground, but it is certainly, in my opinion, the most. Get him! I love minigun. Ah! Styrofoam rock! Okay.
We need a way out of this canyon, and I'm thinking that big rock up there is it. With a little Federation ingenuity, we can topple this rock with a makeshift bomb. Once it's down, we can walk across it and get back to camp before the Gorn use the Zhangha's science team as target practice.
And where will we find this bomb, Ensign?
Have you read Captain Kirk's report on this place? We have all the materials we need here to make bombs. They won't be pretty like me, but they'll get results. If you can collect the materials, Ensign Hunter and I will work out where to place the explosives. We're going to need at least 3 bamboo containers, sulfur, potassium nitrate, and coal.
Let's do this. Alright, so we have some things together. This way. There's some coal, I think it is. Yep, coal. And I'm just following the largest waypoint. This is probably going to. There's some sulfur. More gorn. Potassium nitrate. And you'll notice those gorn did drop some items. I'm going to go ahead and take them. Now this would be if you didn't have the resources from something else. You could definitely use these items yourself if they're an upgrade, and then pass along what you were using before to your bridge officer. And collecting bamboo. And you said we were going to need 3 bamboo. That's 1. This is 2. And here is 3. There we go. Kill off any last gorn and head back to our previous location. Alright. Heading back up to the rock. And I see an item or 2, so I'm going to pick those up. And again, see there's an upgrade to your armor you could use. And small shield charge is always helpful. Alright. Here soon we have a problem. We're on the wrong side of that rock.
Right. Ensign Hunter and I will construct the bombs we need to bring down this rock across the canyon. That's the easy part. It's up to you to keep those angry gorn off us while we work. Hope you're a good shot. Well, at least the gorn are punctual. Keep them off us!
And as always, remember to
Call up Good Hunter.
crouch and aim.
Careful with that. Potassium nitrate can react explosively with these materials.
And there we go.
Now mix it with the coal. Carefully. I'd rather not get blown to pieces today, if you don't mind. We're just about done. Now let's get these bombs in place.
I did forget. Yep, I did. Alright, so now, of course, we have to go and place the charges. Alright.
The bombs are primed to blow. We should move to a safe distance.
And moving to a safe distance. Here we go. Follow the waypoint. The waypoints appear up here on your map. So, safe distance. There we go. See the floating area here. That tells us that's our safe distance. And our redshirt ensign hunter has survived. Of course, we all know his real name is not Ensign Hunter. Alright, here we are.
Looks like some gorn came through here. We better hurry.
Uh-oh. And looks like they're up there. Applying my buffs. And there we go. And of course we want to pick up items. It gives us something to sell later.
Thank you. Things were looking pretty grim there for a moment. The Gorn. They kept saying the deaths of their people would be avenged, but we didn't do anything. I haven't fired a phaser since the academy.
You're safe now, Doctor. Join your people on the shuttle and head back to the Zhangha. Glad you're in one piece, Captain. It's clear up here for the moment. Transporters are standing. They're going to beam us up. I predict a firefight with the Gorn. Looks like the Gorn have exercised the better part of valor, Captain. But the Zhangha is in rough shape. Captain McKinnon is hailing us now.
Good to hear from you. Thank you for saving my people. We're making repairs, but it'll be some time before our engines are back online.
We'll head to your position. Maybe we can get up and running faster. Alright, so we're gonna go help them.
We're picking up Gorn warp signatures on our long-range sensors here. They're coming back.
Alright, so now we have to be between the Gorn. There they are. There we go. And as you can see, we have made fairly quick work of them.
Thanks
And
for
soon
covering us.
there we go.
The Gorn would have made short work of my ship otherwise. I owe you one. Slow but steady. Our warp drive is still disabled, but we're making progress.
We have some spare supplies we can beam over to assist you. And so we beam over our
Thanks.
supply.
I hate to ask, but something's bothering me. We picked up strange energy readings before the attack. It could be nothing.
Send your data back to us. I'll have some of my crew take a look.
Sending it now. I'd start with the debris of the Gorn ship that was destroyed. There might be a clue there.
Acknowledge. Stay safe, Captain. Alright, so we beamed our supplies over, and now there's a waypoint. So we're going to investigate the debris.
Captain, the crew of the Zhangha were onto something. I ran a deep scan analysis of the Gorn debris, and the results are damn peculiar. Gorn ships aren't as tough as a Tellarite design, but our scaly friends know a thing or two about hull plating. Whoever fired this shot knew exactly where to hit them. Not with the data we have now, but the science team just found another strange energy reading nearby.
Let's see what's out there, Helm. Set a course.
Picking up debris from the Gorn ship, and some trace elements of weapons-grade plasma. Sir, I know who did this. It's the Romulans.
Romulans? Are you sure?
I'll shave my eyebrows if I'm wrong. It's the Romulans, I'm sure of it. There's more bad news. The Gorn are coming back, weapons hot. Orders?
Red alert. Tactical, target their subsystems to disable.
It's the same ship as before. Doesn't look like they're back at full strength, though.
Alright, we have run them off, at least for a while.
We thought we could share this space equally, Federation. Your unprovoked act of aggression against our research vessel tells me otherwise.
Captain, we have data that proves the Romulans attacked that ship.
I see no Romulans, only Federation ships. Do you think me a fool, Captain?
I'm setting data that exonerates us.
Most convenient, Captain. But I am unconvinced. Produce these Romulans that you claim destroyed our ship, or prepare to pay for your crimes.
Captain, I've got an idea. If we can generate a charged particle burst, we might overload their cloak.
Make it happen, Scavern. Reveal the Romulan. Ah, there they are.
You're quite the clever one, Captain. Too clever, I'm afraid. No one can know of our actions here today. Your death, while regrettable, is necessary.
We'll see about that. Fire at will. And there we go. Try and keep all three beams firing. As you can see, I'm doing overload quite frequent. Yay. There shall be another hail from the Gorn ship.
Well fought, Federation. The hegemony will remember the Romulan treachery today, and your assistance in exposing it. I propose we continue our joint surveys of Edrin 4 under a mutual non-aggression pact.
Perhaps one day we will explore together.
So there was another player on the field. Nice work out there, Captain. We'll be heading for the closest starbase soon. So we'll be back to finish our work here, along with the Gorn, I'll wager. I think the Romulans will take a pass, though.
And with good reason, Captain. Good luck. All decks have reported in. The teacher's corner is ready to disembark on your order. Take us out, Helm. Warp 3. Alright, so we have finished. We are departing system. Alright, so it is complete. So I am now...
Good to hear from you. I've read Captain McKinnon's report. Sounds like things got a little rough on Edrin 4. Still, the diplomatic corps thinks your actions will make a difference in future talks with the Gorn. Well done.
Alright, so I get a bridge officer. He is a engineering bridge officer. And I get some gear. Type 3 phaser rifle. This would be good to upgrade from the one that I picked up on the ground if I didn't have things already. A personal shield, some energy dampening armor. This would all be very good if I were starting from scratch. I could keep these and then upgrade a bridge officer with hand-me-downs. Alright, so I am collecting him, and I get some dilithium as well. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and accept. There we go. And the next mission for later on is Painful Omens. I do want to, before I accept that, I did forget. I did have a bunch of traits that I had purchased ready to go, and I forgot to equip them. I had a number of traits, so I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of the traits that I have here. And what else was this? Mental discipline and aggressive. Alright. So I did have some traits of my own that I had purchased, and one of them was vicious. This was available on the exchange. It is a bit expensive, but the longer you remain in combat, the more you are capable of effectively inflicting damage to your foes. Every several seconds, your damage output and critical severity will increase up to a maximum of 5 stacks. All stacks of this buff will be lost when you leave combat. Okay, so it's kind of similar to Pedal to the Metal in that case. It does have a crit severity bonus. Damage bonuses is up to 5 stacks. So this is a very good trait. The other one I was going to put on was Sniper. So the farther away I am, the larger bonus that I get. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And then because I only have 3 available to me, the next one I was going to use was Berserker, and this is in a rage boils hotter and hotter depending upon how many foes are nearby. So this is, of course, close. For each enemy within a short distance, you gain a stacking damage bonus up to 4 stacks max. 5% bonus all damage per foe within 5 meters. So this is the closer I am. So I have a overall damage buff. I have one based on distance. The farther away I am, the more bonus I get. And I have one based on closeness. So whether I'm close or whether I'm far away, I'm going to get a buff. Those are my ground traits. Now I'm going to go to space traits. And for space, I want a few things. So I've bought quite a few traits. I definitely want, because I'm flying right now a big cruiser, I want helmsman. Let me actually get rid of these. And bulkhead technician. Okay, get rid of these. Alright. So, I want, because I'm going to be doing a lot of critical hits, I want self-modulating fire. It's going to give me a shield pen buff every time I critically hit. I do want helmsman. Because I'm in a big cruiser, I want a bit more turn rate. And then I want a damage buff. So I'm going to go ahead and give me, because I'm a Park and Sparkle gal, anchored. Alright, so those are my 3 that I'm putting on for now. As I get more, I'll put more on. And of course, I don't have any starship traits, space reputation, ground reputation, or active reputation to put on yet. Alright, so this was the In the Shadow of Cestus. Join me next time for the next episode. This has been Teacher's Corner. You can see it live on hear the discussion of it live on the Pilot Review Show every Saturday night Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you next time.